Hello, 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 everyone. And I'm ready, getting the mind and the room ready, my spread ready. I'm getting my cards ready for the next reading, which is for Virgo. Virgo, this is a reading for you for the month of October. And I know that people will be watching who have never watched me before. I welcome you to my channel. And go see and those of you who know me already, take a look at my website as well, www.christellemartinette.com, or write to me, readings@christellemartinette.com. Take a look at the services that I do I offer on my website. I have here today the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. And then I will talk about these when I use them. This is the VERA SIBILLA Oracle deck that I use as clarifiers. And I'll be casting runes at the end of the spread on top of that. So I usually like to start. I'll be starting today with a spread. I don't know. Let me see. Well, I'll show you the cards anyway. I'll lay tarot down and then use clarifiers over that. And each position has a house that I have devised. And let me show you those cards first. All right, I have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Three of Wands. The Six of Swords. Then I have the Four of Wands, really nice cards actually. The Four of Wands and the Five of Swords. Now, North of England, hello. This is the Five of Swords. This is the card that is a little more difficult. It talks about regrets. Let's look at this, this incoming card, which is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a card that talks of, it's a Pisces card, it's Saturn in Pisces. And it's the house where you ask yourself, well, Virgo, my earth sign friend, you ask yourself, maybe it's time to give up something. Maybe it's time for me to call it quits. I'm going to give myself, you ask yourself these questions, but then you also say, I'm going to give myself up until the Pisces period, up until next March, up until late February, early March, up until, February, March, and let me see how things will go. That will be October, November, December, January, February, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months. I'll give myself 5 months. I never watched live stream. Good. This is the first time. This is great. Yeah, I know. It's always wonderful. It is always wonderful. Who knows? The new moon. The full moon. The full moon in Aries just brought me out. It's all about how I present myself. I'm a double Aries. Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries sun. So that's probably why it happened. I just do whatever I am compelled to do. So we'll see. I'm going to take a few cards. This is when I'll start clarifying with that first card, but still there is also the way you decide to act on those questions. And the way you decide to act is this: you tell yourself, I have given quite a lot to my profession, to my hobby, to my livelihood. And I know something, I have some kind of skills. I do have good skills. I have interesting skills. And you act on this. That is your foundation. That's what tells you, Virgo, to start thinking about perhaps giving it another wand. We have the Four right next to that. This is the Sun in Aries, this Three of Wands. And it is a proactive card. It's a card that you take stock of what you know and you start planting, planting the seeds. The environment of the month of the house that I'm calling the environment is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is, tarot card readers will always tell you, it's moving to a better place. This is Mercury in Aquarius. And it is still, I'm seeing this projecting forward, your idea of changing now and then seeing if it comes up roses in the period of Aquarius Pisces. You're going to see the first signs in the period of Pisces, and you are definitely moving towards a different place. However, not however, actually, and good. Hi from Vancouver. I have to go to Vancouver one time. My son was just there a couple of months ago. He loved it. He said, you have to come and visit. There's the House of the Emotions here, and it's the Four of Wands. And I have to say, you have very firm ground under you, Virgo. Why do I say that? First of all, you're self-confident in what you do, and you feel like you have created a situation that gives you a sense of security. And I'm talking about the home now. I'm talking about how you have created your home, what is in it, the people who you bring into your home. You feel comfortable that way, and your emotions are fairly balanced this period of October, in this month of October. Your emotions, excuse me, stem from that feeling of security. But there's the however now. We have this card of change, the House of Change here, this Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords will talk about, it does tell me about a bit of, how can I say, there's regret. There is regret in some things that you have not come to accomplish, and I'm seeing it as, well, this is a Venus card also in Aquarius, and I'm seeing it as being in the love department. All right, there's an expression in Italian, your mouth is left dry. That means there was something happened in the love department that just didn't go right for you, just it hasn't gone down, something that didn't come to fruition, something that wasn't able to grow, perhaps. But there's something that you turn your head and it gives you that tinge of sadness. And you think to yourself, well, yes, there is that. No matter how strong my home is, no matter how wonderful my skills are, there is that little tinge of sadness. Now let's go clarifying this card, the Eight of Cups, and what it means to ask yourself, is it time to leave something behind? Is it time to leave my business behind, maybe change the business? What I'm looking at here with the Vera Sibilla, the Vera Sibillas, they are chatty cards. And so let's see what they chat about. This is Amalato. This is the ill one. And this is the mother with child, Donna Maritata. She is a protector of sorts. And we have Disgrazia, this disgrace, the house on fire. Now, you are in a position of taking a decision for the improvement of, because you have, of course, you have other people who depend on you, all right? This is what the Donna Maritata is all about. And I'm seeing that as you taking a leap forward with your mind in order for you to guarantee a better future for those who depend on you. Now, of course, these are general readings, and it may not pertain to you or not resonate to you, but in some way, this also resonates to people who think along those lines for their friends. There are sometimes when you have very, very close friends, sometimes you pair up because they offer you something that you don't have, or your strength and reflects well on them, and they in turn give you companionship, okay? But you're looking out for them as well. Now, the idea of feeling that you are accomplished. You are accomplished, an accomplished person seeking more, okay? Your accomplishment seeks more, actually. I'm looking at this Three of Wands. Let's see what the Vera Sibilla have to say. Ah, look, this bitch has come out every single reading so far. Sorry, excuse my French. All right, this is the Giovane Fanciulla is the Virgin of the deck, and then we have Constance, Costanza, and then we have La Nemica, and here I do see it as a woman. I really do see this as a woman, and but I'm seeing it as not a rival, as a rival in terms of someone else. But the fickle figure, sorry about that. The fickle finger of fate is what I see this person as, this enemy to you. There is this sense of accomplishment, wanting more. It's true. But there's also a streak in you in the month of October, Virgo. Beware that this insidious nature creeps into your soul, the feeling that I was dealt a bad hand. All right, you have that on your mind. Something has gone, like I said, for this Five of Swords, there's a bit of regret. Something, hasn't gone very well in the love department, perhaps, or hasn't gone down with something to do with emotions. But you have to guard against feeling that you were being dealt a bad hand. I'm going to go to the Six of Swords here. That's in the house of the environment. What is the month of, it's a stepping stone, the month of October for you, because you're going to go places further on down the line. I'm seeing here, look, riunione, la riunione, that's a meeting. There's conversazione, conversation. And then we have falsità, lies. Now, they are not true lies in all the time. I see here as different layers of reading. First, it talks of a meeting that doesn't come about. This is one. It could come about where you do not meet, but you do converse. You have this conversation. Also, it talks about having a meeting, bringing things to the table, but what was said, you don't believe, you don't trust, and you should not trust. This is what the cards are telling you. Because if you have the patience of waiting, what I'm seeing is that this month of October is the stepping stone further down the line for further changes. Let's go to the House of Emotions here. It's Four of Wands. I've got the domestico, the house domestic. We've got sospiri, the sighing, and the sacerdote, the priest. Now, this is a motley bunch. Good thing it's the Four of Wands, because your house is in order, Virgo. But I've got these two are slimy cards, very slippery and slimy cards. This is the both the domestic and the priest. They're always hiding things. But we have the sighing. And here too, you're seeing and interacting with people, and you can see their game right away. You're very perceptive like that. But it tells you that I just have to wait. And so that sighing, you still have to wait. My house is in order and I'm not wanting for anything. I'm okay. I'll just wait for the right thing to come along. I have here now this Five of Swords, these regrets in the house of change, because change was not your friend in the past. I've got here ladro, the thief, belvedere, bright future, looking out to the future, and Imeneo, this is the nuptial dance. This is the intimacy card. Now, on the surface of it, we can say that, yes, this card talks about lost opportunities. You were dealt a bad hand. You're thinking to yourself, yeah, I was dealt an emotionally bad hand. I could have become the wife of so-and-so or the husband of so-and-so. We could have lived happily ever after, walking into the sunset. What happened? They got sick. They got ill. They were taken away. They couldn't, I don't know, they went to prison or something, but it just didn't come about. I'm seeing here as that was a lost opportunity, but we have the future, and I'm seeing that period, the Aquarius period and the Pisces period, as being propitious for things emerging for you. I'm going to take now the runes, cast them, and see what they have to add. They're usually very good in putting the final word on the readings. Whoop. Let's see what we got here. Almost fell off the top. 30 sats. Oh, every time 30 sats comes, drives me crazy. It's Merkstave. It's upside down. So this is good. It tells me that, all right, there is the Six of Swords. We are going down to another place, but you have to pass this time. You're going to have to pass this time. And that, if that means feeling like you were dealt a bad deal, okay, fine. But if you can do that with the mentality that this is just passing, because it unfortunately is something you have to go through. Now, the other runes here are telling a real interesting story, because let me finish turning them all over. Lovely. Okay, fine. This is a very good clue. This is Lagas Lagus Bright Stave, which means things will be smooth sailing. It's going to be smooth sailing. Do not worry your pretty little head, your handsome little head, Virgo, because things will be smooth sailing. Bjork Berkana Merkstave, it tells you that is not the month of October when things are coming up roses. You have to wait, as the Sibilla have also said. But you were, this is Wunyo, in terms of your house in order, that is where your strength lies. Visit people. Instead of visiting people, have them invite people. That's what I wanted to say. Invite people into your home, because that's where your strength lies. Before going on, let me take a look. Great timing. Yes, Virgo, good for you. Please ask you a question. I can't go into personal readings here. Go get a personal reading. These are general readings. I can't. It's not fair to anyone else. And I do that on a personal basis. Isa. The key here is Isa, because it's all about you thinking, asking your question. Look, I think I'm ready to change. I think I'm going to leave it behind. Okay. What's lying up ahead? The question you come into the month with. The question is answered by this rune, Isa. You have to go towards something that will speak of you. Please try to think. Put on your thinking cap and try to imagine what distinguishes you from the crowd. What do you have as a gift that can help others? Because something, to up your game, you're going to have to give it your name. You have to put your name on it. And it has to be, that requires you to know yourself very well. I have Ingvats here, and Ingvats together with Anzus tells me that, sure, interact with other people, talk to them and give them your idea about what you're planning to do, but don't tell them everything. Don't tell them everything, because there's a key to keeping things to yourself. It's the element of surprise, because the element of surprise is going to work in your favor further on down the line when things start coming up roses. Need here, the need here is need, again, need was right next to Isa, which means you have to, you are required. It's of utmost importance, Virgo, to brand your product better. Okay, I'm going to use those words, even if it's not a business, but brand it. Brand yourself. Who is Virgo? What am I compared to everyone else? What can I offer? Let the world know. Then we have here Pedro Brightstave. And Pedro Brightstave does tell you that you have intuition. It's on your side. You will be able to see. Don't underestimate your gut feelings in this month. Also, the key, I've got here Otala, the key, and Awats on its side. The key here lies in and around the home, bringing people into your home, doing PR work, public relations work with relation to your family, your friends, something that's close to you, that speaks of you. Show people what your house looks like. Show them the type of jewelry that you have. Show them what's specific about you that no one else has, because it's branding, and that's what we need for you in the month of October, Virgo. I hope this was of help to you, and welcome to everyone else. Go and visit my website. See what kind of services I offer. Thank you for supporting me. Let's see, what else? Anything else? Good. All right, it's showtime. That's right, it's showtime. These live readings are showtime. Is there a surprise for me too? I don't know how I started it, but thank you for being with me. And until we read together again, bye bye, Virgo.